Good evening, everybody. How is everybody this evening? Obviously, this is Warframe, and obviously, it is my unscheduled, regular evening, weekend live stream. I think I've got all the adjectives in there properly. So, as you may remember, last night I had a look at some of the speed demons in the game. The Gauss Prime, Titania Prime, Volt Prime, and concluded I couldn't quite figure out how fast Titania Prime was going, although it is generally considered to be pretty much the fastest in the game, using abilities. The Volt Prime, when it's using its speed ability, can clearly go extremely fast, and I need to work more on that, not only to get it faster, but also to investigate how it works in combat. But the thing about the Titania Prime, of course, is it can fly, and I've mostly used it for that purpose in certain mastery rank tests. I haven't actually tried it in combat. So I thought, let's give it a try. Now, for this purpose, you can see the proposed setup. This is about as good as I can do. I don't have any of the particularly rare and unusual and useful things like all the primed stuff you can stick on here. So this is probably about as good as I can get it. And you'll see that it is pretty much maxed out for, as far as I can do it, for energy, duration, efficiency, range, and strength. Some of this I may be able to modify. I don't actually know. We'll see how that goes. And of course, I got adaptation and fast deflection on here because I don't have extra health or shields or armor. Everything here is about speed and flight. So, let's give it a bit of a bash. I've got it set up for Belenus, which strikes me as being a good test. And I am going to try and just fly with it. Now, I obviously have some idea of what to expect. Otherwise, I wouldn't have it set up for viral damage. And I am probably not going to use the equipped weapons. Are you coming, Achilles? A bit of exercise? You weren't there 5 minutes ago. You were wandering off around somewhere. No? Okay, you're not going to come and say hello to your adoring fans? Yes, but I don't have corrupted mods, so I can't use them, can I? I mean, that's the minor problem. I need all kinds of mods that I don't have. I'm only Mastery Rank 17, and I've only been playing for 811.6 hours, so I don't have everything that would make everything... not a new player. I've only, like I say, 800 and something odd hours. And so some of the rarer, more desirable mods I simply don't have. Otherwise, I would use them. So I simply have to deal with what I've got. So I don't know whether at what point I stop being a new player. 1,000 hours? 2,000 hours? When I start saying I've been playing for 5 years? And to be honest, I'm mostly a live streamer, so... So let's try... defense in Belenus. Plenty of room to maneuver. Let's see what happens. Yes, I have traded. I got a... that's how I got my... I've gotten a fair amount of stuff through trading. Alright. And we've already got a problem here. What is going on? We have an internet. We have a network connection problem. Now, what I discovered earlier, and I know it's not news to most people, is that as long as I can keep picking up energy, I can keep flying. Which is awfully handy. Oh no, there's somebody else's. Yeah, it does seem, this is the impression I got earlier, as long as I keep picking up energy, I seem to be good to go.
Or continue fighting?
There's so much I have yet to discover about the game. I have not spent a lot of time experimenting with other Warframes. But this is what the impression I got trying this earlier. And yeah, I tried it earlier so that I wouldn't get any surprises. I can basically keep flying as long as I keep picking up energy, which I didn't know. Now, I know my friend Bricage plays with the Titania Prime a lot, and now I can sort of see why. Just keep picking up the energy orbs. Of course, it means you got to kill everything fast enough to make it worthwhile, and just basically trust that adaptation is going to do its job.
Let's go.
I don't know about the chill gameplay. But I'm still not making full use of the fact that it can fly. I hate it when people co-opt other. I'm probably being too timid because, like I say, my shields are default. But as long as I keep picking up the energy, I can keep flying. Which is news to me as of today. Honestly, I don't know if she's covering the ground faster than I would in a Gauss. Although I can do that short-term dash thing. just like an archwing. I mean, yeah, I definitely need better mods. Don't know where to get them, but I definitely need them. I need to basically go online, look at somebody's favorite builds, and say, okay, where do I get these mods? Okay, no, I'm not doing that with only 2. But that is interesting. Managed to keep aloft for the entire 6 minutes 41 seconds. When the first time I did this is only the second time I've actually taken this into combat flying. And the first time, needless to say, I was quite surprised at just how long you can actually make use of its arguably primary ability. I'm sorry, Achilles. It seems when I'm flying, you don't get much of a say in things. I apologize for that. At least I didn't see you. Let's try something. Let's try something a little bit more demanding. Bellinus is easy. At least it is for this. It's nice, big, open, space to maneuver. Let's try the other classic ranking up one, which is of course Sedna Hydron. And I've got the wrong damage. Let's see how this works. I see no reason why I shouldn't be able to keep flying in this one as well. The downside to this one, of course, is it's a lot more
Our position has been compromised.
claustrophobic.
Defend the cargo until reinforcements arrive.
The Grenier have no honor.
Yeah, this is a little bit more challenging. At least from a point of view of room to maneuver. Lack of room to maneuver is potentially a problem. For me. I'm sure there are others here who wouldn't have a problem with this. No, I'm good. And this is me experimenting with combat in a Titania flying, which I have not spent much time doing. In fact, this is only my 3rd time. I can definitely see things I want to do with this gun. To be a little bit more aware of some things. Whoa. What on earth did you hit that with? suppose small size and the fact that you're in the air might make it harder, maybe? I'm not sure why that would make it harder for you to hit. Normally I decry whole jump in the air and pause in mid-air type thing because that just makes you a target. But if you are on the move and you keep moving, that might compensate. I must admit I'm not a huge fan of
Extraction is ready.
shooting
Unless you can handle
down.
more of the enemy.
Not because it doesn't work, not because I can't do it, but because if you miss, you hit the ground. Whereas if you are at the same level as what you're shooting at and you miss, you've got a good chance of hitting something behind it. You see, if I shoot like this, and I miss that target, and there's another one behind it, I got a good chance of hitting that. Whereas if I shoot down like this, I haven't got such a good opportunity to miss and hit whatever's behind it. And that's just a feature of... I can't pick things up like this, can I? No, I can't. I got to stop and get off. Which I didn't know. This has... Oh, I'd love to try this in Helvania. That would be... You know, the above ground sections in Helvania. This would be awesome for that. Basically, you'd be close air support. Gotta try that. I am liking this more and more as I try it. As long as I keep remembering to pick up the energy, I'm going to be doing alright. I need to try something a little harder. This is also a completely different style of gameplay. I mean, for me, obviously. Anybody who's been watching me for any length of time knows I favour melee combat in a Gauss. I know some people say, oh, Gauss isn't good for melee combat. Sorry, it suits me fine. And I find the speed of a Gauss very useful, because it does make you harder to hit. Good.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting?
I don't have it properly configured for this level. So it, and I, you know, I can't remember what my setup for this for the weaponry is. It certainly could. I mean, what I haven't done with this thing is apply any former to it. So I am running pretty much at maximum. Very few. I'm not sure if I can use some of the primed or amalgamation mods I've got, but yeah, right now I think pretty much everything's at 0 extra capacity. So yeah, there's definitely room for improvement on this. But you can see I'm doing viral damage when I should be doing corrosion. And I need to increase. I mean, there's. This is a learning experience. Oh, whoa. No, this I definitely need to work on it. Yeah, that damage could be higher. The rate of fire needs to be higher. Excuse me a second. That's the alarm telling me I need to wake up. Ah. I'm stuck.
Extraction is ready. Unless you can.
Okay, that was. I've got former. I've got 15 at the moment. I always have former building. So that is a really interesting experience. Yeah, no, let me show you. Yeah, former are not something I'm short of. I think I've got... Yeah, I've got 14 at the moment, and I'm building a 15. So, yeah, former are not a problem. But... let's just change this to... that was corrosion they want, don't it? So let's take out Pistol Pestilence and put in corrosion is... what is corrosion? Hang on. That's... there we go. Yeah, that would work better. Yeah, but you can see I don't have the room, if you like, to put in anything over here. Hey, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Oh, working on teaching myself new stuff about Titania in combat, which I have not done previously. Let's see. Yeah, you see the problem here.
Lost upon the plains outside Cetus.
I can't put primed fever strike in, which I really should have.
You may also never find again, but at least you will not be dead.
So yeah, I'm running at... I don't have much room for maneuver, and I'm not sure why I've got seismic wave, but I will try that. I don't know why I've got a slam attack on something that's going to be flying. But yeah, no, I do. Well, what you do is you go to actions and you add polarization. So I can change the polarity of a slot, and that actually saves me. So for example, if you look at Fever Strike, right, Fever Strike takes up 11 mod slots, but when I put it on appropriate polarity, it only takes up 6 slots. Now if I had a Magi former here, that would save me a bunch. If I had Shocking Touch, for example, that would save me 5, and then I could put Primed Fever Strike on. So the more mods you have on, the more flexibility you've got, but you still have to be somewhat careful, because you can end up with situations where you end up using more than you should, but yeah, you know, it's all a balance. Of course, I really ought to put Virulent Scourge on, but I want quickening for the attack speed. But the thing is, what I want to do is treat this more like rapid fire. So I could get rid of, let's have a look, see. The fire, I find having a fire rate awfully useful. So if I take that off and I put Gunslinger on, that will probably help a lot at the cost of, I don't know what you mean by 60/60 mods. I don't know that I need the yeah, this could, I could swap that out and put Slip Magazine on, but it's giving me a faster reload speed and I got a status chance. That one, I don't know why I've got slash on there. Oh, it does do slash damage, so yeah, this is all something I would fiddle with. Let's see how that feels. All right. Yeah, but I've got no idea what 66 mods are. Sorry, 60/60. Let's see how that faster fire rate works for me. Oh, much better. Yes. There we go. All right. Didn't know it were called that. So again, look, it's all something. Some of this stuff I'm learning, some of this I probably can't do. I don't have a lot of pistol mods because I don't normally use pistol mods, for one thing. I've only started using pistol mods. And I don't know what I like. I know, I will sacrifice quite a lot for improved fire rate, for example. Gets the job done faster. Of course, I've also got the razor wings.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting? Keep fighting. Another opportunity to extract will appear soon.
Oh, I just thought of another one. I've got to try this on. What's the one on Mars where you're picking up crystalline bits? Oh, I've got to try it on that. I don't know why I've got heavy attack on this. Nope, don't need heavy attack. At least it doesn't look like it. So I don't need heavy attack points for this.
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle more of the enemy. Continue.
I would happily. I have learned not to refuse the kindness of strangers in this game. Or subscribers. I think this just became one of my favorites. Yeah, I gotta try this in Helvania. Not the underground so much. That would be problematic. But for above ground, this would be wonderful. You know, there's ones where you gotta climb up high buildings to do the, I can't remember the name of the missions. Survival missions. Is it just me, or do they seem to ignore me more? Huh. I need to test this.
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle more of the enemy,
Yeah, I want to try something.
continue to defend. You will be rewarded for your bravery.
Come on, where? Someone give me... Yeah, somebody will be coming out here in a minute. Let's see if they attack me. Ah, they're dying. Okay, the Razor Wings are doing their job.
My Warframe is strong.
I will tell you one thing this isn't going to be very good at. One of the things I've been known to do in some defense or survivals is that whole circle the target very, very fast and just hit everything that moves. With a good fast frame and a good fast weapon, like a Titania Prime. This, in flight mode at least, does not at this point seem to be particularly suited for that. Rikash, if you're watching, my goodness, now I can see why you use Titania Prime a lot. I'm sold. Now I'm going to have to feel guilty about not using the Gauss I've spent so much time on. That wasn't me. That was. Yeah, absolutely. If you can tell me what your IGN is. One thing I am definitely going to be doing is putting Former on this so that I can use the better primed mods and other stuff. Literal ankle biter there.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting? Very impressive.
I'm kind of curious to see what the stats are like for that.
To get out of here.
41 headshots. Okay, melee kills. That's a lot lower than usual. Total kills is not bad, I suppose. That's a higher pickup count than I normally manage. Okay, it's not terrible for me. Huh. Yeah. Me likey. Right, what am I doing? There you go. Oh. Hello, Prakash. How you doing? We have a hell scrub. There we go. This would actually be pretty good at some of the hell scrubs. So, definitely want to try Helvania. Okay. I don't know if I've got anything you might want. Is there anything in particular you might want from me? I need to unlock some of these. You know what? I could probably do this. Oh right, great you. Thank you. Do you know what? I think I've actually got those. Yeah, I've got that one. Don't think I have that. Definitely got Ice Storm. Not sure about Creeping Bullseye. Don't know about that. Pretty certain I have that, but I will. What do you want in? What do you want in return? Anything in particular? Hey, Brickage. Let's see if I've got anything particularly nice. I'm going to guess you've got things like adaptation and fast deflection. Do you want... Let's see if I've got anything else of use. Like I say, I don't have a lot that's particularly... Okay. Yeah, like I say, I don't have anything particularly fantastic. Thanks very much. I appreciate it. Hello, Achilles. Alright, let's go see what I've already got, and we'll see about sticking that in. Thanks very much indeed, appreciate it. How's your day going, Prakash? I'm trying out what I think might be your favorite, Titania Prime. And I realize I have grossly underestimated her all this time. Let's see what we got. I didn't realize I had that. Didn't realize I had that. Ooh. Why have I got target? Oh, critical damage. Let's see. Anything to do with fire rate. Accelerated ice. I did not. Oh, I did have accelerated isotope. I don't have lethal torrent. That's for fire rate and multi-shot. Let's see what this does for me. Ah. Yep, I haven't got the room to stick it on. Of course I haven't. Yeah, this is why I need to do some work with this. But that, yes, I see what you mean by the 60-60s. Yeah, 60% fire rate, 60% multi-shot. Yeah, that would be... I can see the value of that.
Experience. Animals do not eat so much as reload.
What have I got on here? Pistol pestilence and compulsion. Oh, that's a pretty quick reload speed already. 0.2 seconds. Yeah, that is really, really quick. I don't think I'm going to worry about that too much. Yes. So for those who don't know, probably most of you do, yeah, that is a handy one to have. This doesn't need to be sped up anymore. Not really, not in any practical sense. But what I do want to try, I definitely want to try this, is... It does unnerve me in that my health and shield are not fantastic, but...
Ready?
Hey,
action.
What I want to try is one of those Mars missions. Which one was it? It was... Titania Pass. Yeah. So I don't really have a... Do I have a way of putting magnetic on there as well? I never actually tried putting dual effects on like that. Let's have a little look and see how that works. So, what would I take off? Slash and... Yeah, I don't really like doing that, but let's see. Let's put on instead. It was corrosive and magnetic, wasn't it? And magnetic is... So I've got... I don't have the room for that, do I? No, I don't. I can put deep freeze on. And that gives me... Hang on a second. So that gives me corrosive. Yes. But doesn't seem to want me to put... I don't think I've got the space for deep freeze. And... yeah. But for this one, I need magnetic and corrosion, and I normally don't bother. So what I do typically do is max out one as much as I can. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's a nice. Oh, that's nice. Yes. Yes, I see what you've done there. Yeah, very nice. Alright, let me just start over. I definitely want fire rate. Pop gunslinger on that. Ooh. No, put lethal torrent on instead. That should help. No, I don't really need that, but I'll apply the fusion anyway. Ooh. Okay, I won't do that for now. Yeah, I get to choose between corrosion and... Of course, like, what I could just do is go and max out the slash damage. Which I haven't got. It's ridiculous reload speed. Amalgam barrel diffusion. No, can't put that on, unfortunately. Prime. No, don't have the space for that. Magnetic might. Yeah, oh, the magnetic might help, actually, now that I think about it. Let's see. There's nothing that has corrosion on its own, does it? Pistol pestilence. Oh! No, it doesn't. Pathogen. That's one of the 6060s. Hang on, what did I just take off? You know what? We'll give that a try just for the hell of it, huh? I could spend all evening fiddling with this, but that would not be fun. So I'll just try that out. It'll work. And I'll stick corrosive on that. Okay, I'm good. Alright, let's go and try Titania Pass, because that would actually be a really nice place for this thing, I think.
Old War. Warframe made crystal caskets. Caskets for who? Belric and Rania. Mighty good genes they had, yes. Genes for the two men. Smash the crystals. Take the genes. Do the science. My two men get stronger.
Oh yeah, this is brilliant for this. I keep forgetting that I want to get the citrine. No particular reason, but... Oh! I've started working towards the... What is it? Site 09?
Somewhere, Citrine still seeks to protect Balric and Rania. Collect her remnants to fulfill her final wish. Trouble on Venus. Get through that void tunnel.
Oh, this makes getting through doing this so much easier.
Do you know the story of Belric and Rania? Lovers whose guardian Warframe tried to save them by encasing them in her crystal. It is their remains, and the connection forged between them that you are protecting. Collecting a critical mass of Citrine's remnants will create a prismatic ward to these crystals.
I'm not sure I want to take her on the steel path at this point. But... oh, you know what? Ooh, I just had a thought. Oh, yeah, now that might be interesting. Because now I can start thinking of all the missions that this would be great for. This one's perfect. me room to maneuver, I'm happy. Oops. No, I didn't want to do that. Never mind.
Very impressive, Tenno. You held them all back. Time to get out of here.
Wow. Prakash? I'm sold on Titania Prime in combat. Absolutely sold. My stats won't be much, but... Wow. Headshot kills 60. You know what? This is rare that I have this stat there. That's rare. But I am really quite interesting. It's going to be... I'm not farming anything, Zord. As the title says, I am experimenting... Well, it doesn't say. I have not worked with Titania Prime, so I am working with Titania Prime. For that one, I was going after Citrine, but I was actually more interested in it as a combat zone for a Titania when it's flying. I didn't realize you could keep a Titania flying as long as you kept picking up energy. Who knew? Well, everybody else except me, obviously. But I do want to try... I definitely want to try Saya's Visions with this. Both regular and Steel Path. See how that works out. I'll try on the regular first. So I've been going for an hour, so that means my bladder, I need to stretch, get up and empty my bladder, so I'll be back in a couple of minutes. I am the last person to recommend between Wisp and Wisp Prime. I don't have a Mesa Prime or a Wisp Prime. I have a Wisp Prime. I haven't worked with it that much, but that whole invisible while jumping is useful. I have not tried a Mesa Prime, so I'm not in a position to say. And honestly, anyone else in chat right now could probably give you a better answer than I could, because I have a suspicion everybody in chat has more experience than I do. But I do want to give Saya's Visions a go. What do I need for that? I need Blast. Yeah, let's try and get some blast damage done. And try that on. I'm trying new configuration for the intermission and other scenes when I'm not actually on the camera. Let's stick some blast damage on here. Who doesn't like blast damage? Let's just copy that. Hang on a second. Copy that to Duel. There we go. Let us... Blast is... Get rid of that. And... yeah, that. Let's put on... Ice Storm. I wish I could put Primed Heated Charge on there. Heated Charge and Ice Storm. Deep Freeze. Yeah, it's going to have to be Ice Storm. It's not fantastic, but let's give that a try. Hang on a second, what am I taking off? I don't think I need Seismic Wave for this. I'm not quite sure why I've got that on there. So, Molten Impact and North Wind. Now I've got 9 left. What else do I want to put on there? Yeah, I punctures a little bit. Yeah, it's okay. I don't mind having extra. Yeah, that's not really much worth it, but still. Alright, let's go and try. I'm sorry, when I'm flying around, you don't get much action, do you? Yes, I talked to the Kavat and I talked to the Kubro. Let's try Saya's Visions. See if I can get a good run at this. It's really not up for.
That's... But Malibu said the monsters in the water would sleep forever!
Okay, so this will rely on everybody else.
The Tenno will ensure. Now, get to safety. Shura, lure the infested by presenting offerings to Kome. And then, gut them as Hailuk might gut a cookbook.
Now this is the Cetus of my dreams.
What a fortune Kome has bestowed! You must drive back the infested from our homes so we can prepare offerings once more. marks the edge of fate. Destroy it. Peace is within reach.
All this talk of dreams. What dreams? I am your very real nightmare!
Silence, bloated boy. I have seen worse after eating too much Bobby cheese. Fate turns in our favor. The new thread is almost spun. Offerings are ready. Take them. Turn your eyes to slay that toad demon, and Cetus is saved. Doga! I refuse to let the will of these infested demons surpass our own. We prepare more offerings. Deliver them to Kome. Call forth her strength.
Glorious! That meets the Unum!
You save us again this day, Tenno. I give thanks to the Unum that she brought you to our shore.
Alright. Now let's have a real test. This is going to be embarrassing, I almost guarantee it. But let's try that on the steel path. See how this works for me. This I really do need a squad for. If it's just me, it's not going to work. It's going to be just me, isn't it? Oh no, it's not.
Our celebration of Kome! It angered
Alright.
the demons in the water!
Let's see how this works out.
Hurry inside, child. Doga! The Tenno will cut through the infested and deliver our offerings to Kome. Always, the vision begins the same. Kanum, here they come!
Oh yeah. This is not good.
Is the Cetus of my dreams!
What fate has woven, Kome may weave a thread. The dream cannot end us. How can we prepare the offerings with these monsters at our doors?
Yeah, I'm gonna run out of energy. Yeah, that doesn't come as a huge surprise. Okay. Not really.
Sura, offerings await you outside our doors. Infested are upon us.
I am gonna run out of revival capability very quickly here.
Those mean old queens were quite angry with me, running off with you like this. But it's worth it.
Is strong. Defeat the Oni to prove ours is stronger.
And now I'm horrendously vulnerable.
Talk of dreams. What dreams? I am your very real nightmare!
Silence, bloated oaf. I have seen worse after eating too much Bobby cheese. The offerings are ready. Take them. Well, but Kome is fickle. You must fight on. Take the offerings before they are sold.
Really outclassed for this place at the moment.
Oni emerges from the depths. The final guardian of our doom. Strike it down! The demon Oni is too powerful, but with Kome's aid, we double our strength. Hurry now! Bring more offerings to the shrine. Fate can be changed.
Glorious! That meat-stick Unum can't protect you from what already lies within her walls!
We must drive back the infected from our homes so we can prepare offerings once more. This is it! In the Onum's name, cut the One down!
All the children into the cell! You got this!
Lunacy! These Ostrons are stupefied by Tenno tricks!
The fate dream is dispelled.
Need to do some more work
Has been cast
before
afresh.
I can
Shola.
take on the steel path with a Titania Prime. Definitely. I haven't died so often in a single mission in a long time. Yeah, that is slightly sobering to have to face up to. So, either Titania Prime is not really that suitable for a lot of the steel path, or, more likely, I need to do a heck of a lot more with the Dex Pixia and the Dewata. Excuse me a moment. Because
Saddle up.
yeah, these damage totals not really up to it, to be honest, are they? Yeah, if I had the space for Horner's Strike, that would help, which I don't. I mean, that's... yeah, I can't stick that on very easily. I would have to sacrifice... No, that would end up... that's... yeah, I need to work with it entirely too much. Even that won't let me put Horner's Strike on. I would need to take off that and that in order to put just one of those on. Although it has to be said that does make things quite a little bit more respectable, doesn't it? So that's interesting.
Operator,
That's definitely
which finger the corpus used to
better.
count their money? The
No, that's a heck of a lot better. But yeah, you can start seeing the problem. I've only got a certain amount. Yeah, I would like to have sticking primed heated charge on. I could do that. Look. Okay, now we're starting to look at something interesting, but at the cost of fire rate, which I don't particularly want to lose. Hang on, what did I? Yeah. So yeah, this obviously I have not stuck any former on these, so yeah, I've got the minor problem with that. But HP. That might be interesting to put on. Don't know about Prime Fulmination, to be honest. Yes, I'm doing, but yeah, most of the time, not so much. It would be nice to have this on as well. But you can see the problem, so I definitely need to add other stuff on there to make better. That's actually not a bad. I've seen worse totals, but now I'm just now I've got slow fire rate. Hang on a second. If I just focus on damage, I can't put Hornet's Strike on again for obvious reasons. I can whoop up the damage quite a bit with what I've got, but I would still need to, obviously. I'm not doing critical damage. I'm just focusing here on just regular damage. My critical chances not fantastic. It's a shame you can't double up on that. What is this one doing? And that is increasing my critical hit chances. Where would I want to stick over there on the Exilus? Trick Mag? Yeah, Trick Mag would be nice to have. Don't care about Suppress or that. Nope. Actually, the only thing that it would be that actually just having more ammo would be great, to be honest with you. But that makes for life a little bit more interesting, it has to be said. I mean, compared with what I had previously, yeah, that's a lot better. Let's yeah, you can see what I mean. I've got some work to do. Automatically sticking mods on doesn't actually come automatically to me. I haven't played long enough where it's entirely second nature. And with this, I am obviously focusing more on oops, I can't spell damage. Obviously, there's all kinds of stuff on there that I could put on. Let's see. I don't need Seismic Wave because I'm not doing slam attacks. I could sacrifice True Steel for damage. Have I got any basic damage? I haven't got that. Do I not? Jungulus Barbs is puncture, isn't it? Yeah. Do I not have pressure point? I don't have pressure point on, so I could take off. Oh, let's see. What? Don't want to lose Fury. I could take off one of those and put on pressure point, couldn't I? Well, that makes a heck of a difference, obviously. mean, that's a bit better. It's not fantastic. And I've lost my attack speed. But quickening... Oh no, I don't have the space to put quickening. Quickening's actually better, but I don't have the space to do it. But I could lose that and put that on instead. And... what have I got for Exodus mods? Oh. I do have room by moving things around a bit. It's not fantastic. But... meh. It's, not sure how that's going to work out. I'm not going to go back and do Sayer's visions again, because it's pretty obvious to me that...
Ta-ta, lovelies.
yeah, even with that minor improvement, I'm not fantastically set up for it. But let's go and see how... oh. I know Titania Pass doesn't suggest blast damage, but we'll try it anyway. Just to see how it works out.
Old War. Warframe made crystal caskets. Caskets for who? Belric and Rania. Mighty good genes they had, yes. Genes for the two men. Smash the crystals. Take the genes. Do the science. My two men get stronger.
Actually, this is doing... even though I'm not optimized, it's actually doing a halfway decent job. Which you would expect. Yeah, definitely. Alright, I can see what I'm... One thing I'm going to spend some of my off time doing is basically... what's the expression? To former the hell out of Titania. Particularly her weapons. You know, for something which I just basically focused on regular damage rather than criticals, that's a heck of a lot of damage it just did. Now, I know this is relatively low level, but that's... yeah, it's not bad. Oh, I'd love to try an assassination or two with this. Ankle biter mode.
Corvus forces have been gripped. Go. Do you know the story of Belric and Rania? Lovers whose guardian Warframe tried to save them by encasing them in her crystal. It is their remains, and the connection forged between them that you are protecting.
is absolutely no doubt that it is brilliant at certain missions.
One more trip through the tunnel of love, Tenno. Pitter, pitter, pitter. Rodents snatch crystals from sick Deimos. Stashed one on Venus. Stashed one on Mars. Void kids tangled up like crystals. 2 men! Smash this tunnel! Stop the rodents.
I don't think the Velox Prime does as much damage. Although, granted, the Velox Prime I've set up for a much higher fire rate. And I can tell you right now, obviously, I can't get from one side of the battlefield to the other with a Gauss. This actually, I think, in the end, is a better killer. Which is not something I like to admit. Of course, the Gauss is a lot harder to kill. Or at least, yeah, when you've got adaptation and... adaptation and fast deflection. Yeah, Gauss is very hard to kill. Of course, if you get toxin damage, well, that's a whole different ballgame, but then that's why you have toxin resistant system. Which I do have for some things.
Trouble on Venus. Get through that void tunnel. either crystal is destroyed, the tunnel, their connection, collapses. Do not let that happen.
And it does look to me like they tend to overlook you more because you're smaller and they have a harder time seeing you? Or is that just my imagination? He just walked straight by.
My tube men are endless, Tenno. Are you? Getting tired, Tenno? Getting sleepy?
Not yet, strangely.
All day.
Then I have half a can of Monster Energy drink inside me. And, the caffeine levels of that are actually pretty good at keeping me awake. Riven, I think I could do with this quite nicely. That one where you got to shoot what is it? Shoot 6 unalerted something or others in the head. You could just sort of fly up the tower. I mean, assuming I'm correct in that this little thing is a lot harder to overlook when it's flying.
When extreme emotions meet pure void energy, they can change reality, bend and break the laws of nature. Might this explain the connection between these crystals?
Definitely want to try this in Hulvania. Hulvania? No, it's Hulvania, isn't it? You know, 1999. This is actually, compared with doing this with even the Gauss, my beloved Gauss, who's going to be so jealous of me. This is much easier to do with this. Gotta have a decent steel path set up for it though. Which means mods I don't have, I suspect.
Having a wee Kavat nap, Krill? Rodents in your house, Krill. Thieving rodents. Make me come to Mars, do your job for you. Smash the crystal. Break the tunnel. No genes for you.
construction problem somewhere along the line. Maybe. I suppose the good news is when I start applying former, I'll do them to the entirety. The Warframe and both her weapons simultaneously. Put 3 or 4 of those on each, and that might start giving me a few better options. Us getting a few better mods. How do you do that? Mind you, I think I got some of the Prime pistol mods from the Void Trader last time, so... crystals to pick. Oh, there we are. That's advantageous. Being able to come up at that guy with the shield from the top. I've already been doing this for 2 hours. Basic plan is when I get tired of this, that's when I'll pretty much come to an end. Because as some of you know, and some of you don't, I generally stick to about 2 hours. 2 hours of talking and playing tends to make my brain start to want to ooze out of my eye sockets. Oh, the melee is something else. Whoa. That's irritating. Hey Tony, how you doing?
Move and strike. We have to win this. I will consider what I've learned from this skirmish.
I think I'm going to bring this to an end after the next time. I mean the session as well. Well, okay. So... Oh no, I'm sorry, Tony. Sorry, I missed that. That is a Titania Prime,
The extraction team will
Tony, and I've had it for a while, but I've never really used it for combat. And then yesterday, when I was messing around with fast Warframes, Titania was one that was, I was told, oh, it's extremely fast. And I realized I ought to really use its flight mode for more than just doing passing some of the mastery length missions. So yeah, I got some practice today using it in battle, and it is very good for some things. But I'm sorry you've been a bit down. I do understand that.
Someone in Cetus must have answers. Come on.
what I tend to do at times like that is sleep a lot. Unfortunately, it means that poor old Achilles hasn't had much to do today. But unfortunately, I am going to bring this to an end. Yeah, come here, you. It's not a Warframe session unless I've hugged at least one Kavat or one Kubru. Yeah, that's a good boy. So, I'll be back
Do you remember the old
tomorrow morning.
operator?
My schedule will be scrolling along the screen with the exit scene shortly. Thank you everybody for watching. I do appreciate it. I hope the rest of your weekend goes well. Remember to like and subscribe, preferably both. And I will see you all next time.